Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with D with D. Again, I've been gone for a minute. I'm back with the jump off, and I'm going to do two episodes, the last two episodes, most recent episodes of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm going to breeze through the first one because it was more filler, but it didn't. It took us down through there, got us back where we needed to be, didn't it? Hello, Destiny. Hey, girl. But anyway, let's get right on into it. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. Share the video. Why? Because sharing is caring. Let's go. So, on this episode, like I said, it's more filler and it's more of a transition. So, I'm just going to talk real quickly and analyze Ken and Trish. They broke up. They both got down in the DMs, and now they back together because they realized they loved each other. Now, this episode was more Fletcher sensitive, so it was more about the Fletchers and what's going on in their lives. And what I love about the Fletchers is they may not be genuine and they may not be honest about the things that happened to Lexi. However, they come across that way. I don't care what anybody say. They have told us more story in a year and a half than I'm in the studio, y'all. Shout out to Rocks. They have told us more story in a year and a half, maybe 2 years, than the Scotts have told the whole time they've been on the show. And they are jealous. Fellas, there's a jealous girl in our town. Oh, baby. Because people are calling for the Fletchers to have their own show. I'm one of them. Hey, y'all. So, anyway, I'm just going to get to the dinner with Destiny and Sideshow Bob, a.k.a. Twan. So Sideshow Bob is sitting there admiring all of the admiration of Destiny, right? He is drinking her in and just, feeling her. But then Destiny breaks him off or something. You could still guard my body, but, I'm not looking for anything serious right now. So what he does is kind of pivots the conversation and goes into what his dealings are with Kayla. Now, babe. Excuse me. Now, I know that's going to be a problem because they think of Mr. Sideshow Bob as a very good friend of the family. And besides all of that, my understanding is that their niece, who they raised, Kiki, had some kind of dealings with this fella. Hey, does Kayla care? Apparently not. Because what Kayla has done is develop feelings for this guy that looks like Sideshow Bob. So he confesses, I've been seeing Kayla, and right now it's a rumor. But then Destiny, shows clips of them working out. She said, oh, okay, so I know they have been working out and all this, that, and third. So Destiny gets with Lance. And Lance is celebrating because Lance says, oh, not Miss Perfect seeing somebody behind mom and dad back. But the thing about it is, let's analyze. Y'all ready? Kayla is grown. And even though he's a friend of the family and Nell considers him son, what can she do about it? We go over to Nell's house. We have the sit down. Now, mind you, with all this going on, Trish had decided to have a little get-together. That's on the back burner for now until we get to the next episode. But we're going to talk about the sit-down with Lance, Destiny, and Miss Nell. So, again, forgive me for calling Miss Nell, because Miss Nell is not that much older than I am, okay? I think she might be like 56, 57. I'm 51. It just seems like she has an older spirit than mine. I got that young tail spirit, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably going to have it for the rest of my life because my mama had it, boo. And child, when I tell you my mama was fun, okay? I think it's fun to have a young spirit and not act all old and sassified all the time. But in Nell's case, I mean, she can get down and have fun. I mean, that's obvious because of her, dealings with FLETCH. I see them, doing their TikToks. But anyway, Lance is getting. He gets to say, "Oh yeah, Miss Perfect has been seeing Antoine." Nell loses it and walks out the room. She said, "I better do this before I say something." Well, the whole thing is, when she says what she says, she means what she says. She's not about that life. And I'm wondering to myself, how would I feel, a previously married dude, divorced, kids. My child don't have any kids. She's only 23, and he's 73. Now, he's not that old. He's probably like 40. But what does he want with a little 23-year-old? Because I'm thinking he's more like around Lance's age range. And Lance, I don't know how old Lance is, but he could pass 40. So I'm thinking late 30s, early 40s. So I do understand where she's coming from that perspective. But again, even though Kayla's only 23, she's still grown. And if I put myself in those shoes, I probably would feel the same way that Nell is feeling. But I probably would have to resonate with the fact that she's grown. And she can make her own decisions. Whereas that still puts her in a realm of kind of being, I wouldn't say irresponsible, or more so, what's the word I'm looking for? Not irresponsible, but the other one in that same family. Inexperience. Menopause. Get off my damn back. Baby, when I tell you that shit is a motherfucker. But anyway, the point is, her inexperience is leading her down a path of trusting a man that's already seen a lot of things. And that's how it was when my sister got married only at 20. I was 16 years old. She's 20. And I'm telling her, do not get married so young. You got life to live. You still have a lot of life to live. You're 20 years old. Well, what the hell do you look like marrying somebody damn 26? You know what I'm saying? He's already done stuff. Stuff that you hadn't done. He was in the military, been around the world, and yada, yada. So, moving right along. Let's get on into the most recent episode. And this is the episode in which everyone is talking about, because Turn Up Tisha showed her natural born country wonder acting ass. Okay? So, the episode starts off when we're talking to the Fletchers. And baby, when I tell you, it seems like to me that the Fletchers have their own lifestyle outside of the show, even when they're on the show. So they talk to Kayla, and Kayla confesses, she was like, well, I was working at the bar, boom, 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 and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And, Antoine came up to me talking about I was looking fresh and fly. Ooh, little sister grown up, you know what I'm saying? But when he first met her at the bar, and this is where my red flag meter goes up. How the fuck did he not know Lance and Kayla were brother and sister? That sounds like a whole crock of bullshit. She was working at the club, and he didn't know that Lance was her brother, when Miss Nell is claiming him as a guy's son. When I tell you, I can give you a perfect example. My best friend's son lives all the way in South Carolina. But he knows my children. He knows his god sisters. He knows, and they know him. And my best friend passed away, and we don't have the communication that we once did. But if he came around and tried to holler at them when he's 10, 15 years older than they are, I'll feel some kind of way about that. You know what I'm saying? But again, we have to put in the mix that she is grown. But I just don't see him not knowing anything about her at all. The way I'm seeing it is like I described it. He saw her in the club. She was working in the bar. And he was like, damn. Sideshow Bob was like, she got 10 as an ass now. Which is what most men think about. Okay, let's just keep it real. That ain't the same little flat-chested, flat-booted girl that I remember. And he pulled up on. Y'all, I don't believe that he did not know who she was. Okay? Crock of shit. Forgive me, it's a very beautiful day in the step, so you know how it is. You know, people are out, honey. So anyway, we get to the get-together. So the get-together, we're at a, oh, by the way, before that, Kimmy and this is an important part, even though it was quite boring, because I was ready to get to the party. But Tisha and Kimmy had a conversation, but I wanted to touch on the conversation due to the fact that Marceau took his boy to Rome. Y'all, Marceau is slicking him down, y'all. Slicking an ice patch on a winter day in Mississippi. Notice I said Mississippi, because baby, when ice get on the ground in the South, we shut it down. Okay? So, whew, my goodness. Look, if y'all don't think that this man has other women and that he's not fooling around on her while he's in Rome with his son, baby, listen to me. Let me break down the verbal analysis for you. Men teach their sons early to keep secrets. Did you hear what I said? Men teach their sons early to keep secrets. And no matter how close MJ is to his mother and he loves her down, he will keep a secret for his dirty down low daddy. If his daddy promised him some cooter too, especially that, and we're going to go over here and get us a couple of toots with a P-toot, and we're going to get us a wang dang doodle. We're going to pitch a wang dang doodle snap all night long, all night long, all night long. If he pitches a wang dang doodle snap and get a couple P-toots, one for each of them, or several for that matter, which is what apparently Marceau likes, don't think that boy ain't gonna keep that secret from his mom, a.k.a. the Jacksons, a.k.a. the DeBarges, a.k.a. whoever else had fathers, managers, a.k.a. Beyonce. Let's talk about Beyonce. Beyonce daddy got a couple of them bitches while he was on tour with Destiny's Child. Now, I'm not saying that Beyonce kept secrets for her daddy, but my point is, men gonna do what they do. They gonna find a way to find them a wrong with hoe. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. So anyway, now we're going to the party. So as usual, the party gets started, and Trish, why is Tisha, of all people, interrogating Tisha? I knew I was gonna do it. I tried my best not to do it. Latricia. Well, Latricia, what you think? Since you spent the block and whatnot, what you think? What you think King gonna do? You think y'all have made it to that area where y'all could be loving up on each other again? Asking question after question after question. If y'all know Tisha, y'all know. If you even mention Missing Top Rose history with Motel Hotel, she will drop everything and try to fight you. When Marceau said, you remember when Kiki was doing that down to the when they went to Bessemer? That's how come that trip to Bessemer never came to fruition like things come to fruition for the Fletchers, because there were so many secrets in Bessemer that night, and nothing came out of it. Kiki tried to tell something, but nothing. All I remember her saying, "With my soul said, when my soul did," and nothing came out of it. Now, there's gonna come a time when Teflon Don is gonna fail at his activities and gonna get caught, as they all do. But at the same time, he knows what he has at home. He knows that he pumps Tisha's head up with all that stupid shit about, he'll never get a divorce. So she loves that about him. She loves the fact that she can say, "I am married. I have a big house that's being built for the last 10 years. But that's not neither here nor there. So, as she interrogating her, Trish fumbles through a question of her own. So, Destiny. They all agreed with Destiny. We thought you weren't coming because we heard about the back and forth that you and Tish had at the open house. Well, Tisha starts to come out of a bag, didn't she? She gets mad. Well, I don't like my friends to talk about me behind my back. Well, we find out the truth. Now, we all fell out with Kimmy because we thought Kimmy had a level head of anybody on this show. And then we found out she really didn't. Once we found out that her husband was the Ebony Humble. So, that's neither here nor there. We found out that he's the Ebony Humble. She still has the propensity to be level-headed in moments like this. So, she tells Tisha, I don't think she meant, what she said about you, like you have friendship, Tourette's. I don't think she meant that in a bad way. No, she didn't mean it in a bad way because everyone knows that she has friendship Tourette's. Everybody at that damn table knows that Turn Up Tish don't have any way to communicate other than with her fist. People talk about me. People talk about the way I talk. Baby, we wouldn't be able to understand you at all if it wasn't for Kiki. Shout out to Kiki, R.I.P. But you know what I'm saying? We all know that she taught you how to enunciate song. Imagine what that was like before she got a horse to you. Ooh, I don't even want to think about it. So Destiny's like, okay, well, you put me in a box. Call me a hoe in a box. I was just talking. It was a figure of speech. Figure of speech, she said. MJ, I'm glad you studied hard. Because even your mama with her 4 degrees, I cannot tell with the way she speaks, honey. She's so ignorant, acting like her mammy. Now, side note, she puts on Facebook that you should love yourself so you won't have the need for friends or whatever. Love yourself more than others. Well, Tisha, we all know you love yourself because you want to put out there and get and bleed your friends of all, or siphon them of all their good energy and drain them dry. Because you want what Marceau ain't giving you and what your mammy didn't give you. So all that combined makes you love yourself a lot, but makes you want to have your friends love you more than all of their other friends. Because you don't want them to be loyal to nobody but you. If they call you a friend, what I'm observing from you on this show, you want blind loyalty. And ain't nobody gonna get it to you when they see that you are obviously wrong. Yeah, friends may be able to twist and turn things for you and get on your side for some stuff. But blatant wrongness in your case, nobody is going to do that, dear. Even your husband. Shout out to this. So Destiny goes on to say, hell, the only person that don't defend you in this friend group is your man. Well, you had to bring my husband into this. You didn't protect me against Martell. You let Martell saying all kinds of stuff about her at the pavilion, right? But Destiny said, I put my whole body between y'all two. When you were in your driveway crying, I was there for you. That was different. What's different about it? You said, let me repeat your words to you, Turn Up Tish. You said that nobody was there for you. So, therefore, you lied, right? Because she just is bringing up different instances where she actually was there for you. Now, again, I don't feel no ways tired. Shout out to Spunky when it comes to this little friend group. Because what they did, even now, was come together and make a pact that they will be loyal to each other when it came to dealing with Mel. And Mel was kind of friend because, baby, when you know Scorpios, no. Scorpios back the fuck back when they sense just even a little bit of animosity. Unwarranted animosity at that. So, every last one of Mel's friends on this show who said that she really wasn't a friend says that she backs off when she feels like she's being wrong. I think that everybody should be that way. But instead of you all backing off of each other, you decided to come up with an alliance. And this dirty alliance, and then she had the nerve to say that she don't deal with snakes. Once you cross her, then she know how to deal with you going forward. Baby, you the snake. You are the snake. But the point is, they all formed this alliance against Melody, and now they reaping what they sowed in these friendship groups. So, Destiny said, I'm gonna leave. Fuck this. I'm not gonna argue with bitch. What's the use of me arguing with her? Because I'm not getting anywhere with her. And Destiny had a point. You cannot argue with a fool. Then you'll turn into that person that you arguing with when they act foolish. And Tisha was showing her natural born black ass last night on that episode. Acting like a full-blown petulant child, a.k.a. Donald Trump. All I can see in my mind is how Donald Trump, don't talk about me. I'm the president, so you can't talk about me. I will sue you. I will have you fired. That's what it was reminding me of. So, when she left, Nell went behind her and promised her that she would ride with her or take her home. And she never did. Poor Destiny standing out there waiting on her Uber driver. She comes back in. And Tisha starts back up with her. Well, I can't believe she said I don't think about my hub. I could have brought her a hub. So, Destiny was like, look, I get Uber. Nell, you coming? You said you gonna come. Nell, chomping on them wings. Ooh, these wings so good. Ooh, baby. Even though me and Miss Nell apparently gonna remain cool, but we would have had a damn problem if you had chomped on another damn wing and left me standing outside waiting on you to come and get me after you came and told me that you was gonna let me ride with you. I would have been like, give me your damn keys, heifer. Because you told me that we was riding together. But Tisha starts back up, like I said, and her and Destiny continue to go back and forth. There's no need to go into every detail on what they said because my analysis here is, again, what I said in the first place. That's a petulant child you're dealing with. So, those arguments that Mel and Tisha had, are the same arguments that each one of these women have had with Tisha. And I want you to realize at this point that Tisha is the problem. With Kimmy, when she had an issue with Kimmy and Tisha expected Kimmy to side against Mel on every situation because they were sisters-in-law. And she wanted blind loyalty. Same way with her in every friendship on this show. I can only say on this show, I haven't seen her in her friend group outside of this show, but I can't imagine that it's that much different. If you know of Tisha being any friends with any other people and her not wanting absolute blind loyalty, you can't talk about her. You can't say anything about her, and even though it may not be anything bad, don't talk about her back. Let me know. And with that, I'm going to close. Come on in. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. Share the video because sharing is indeed caring. As I do when I close, I'm going to chop them up. Deuces.